Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a quick video about the difference between male and female flowers on a squash. This squash here is a zucchini. It's really simple to tell the difference between the two and I'm going to show you how to do it. Oh, it's a bit windy today, so this should be fun to film. So at the moment this squash plant has two male flowers flowering. This one here and this one here, which is covered by this leaf. Earlier on this week I had two female flowers flowering, and I hope that I have fertilized them correctly. I did it by hand. I'll show you that in another video. I can't do it right now because I've only got two male flowers flowering, and the female flowers are spent, hopefully fertilized properly though, but I'll show you in another time. So this is a male flower here. I find the flowers on this zucchini plant quite similar. So it's quite hard to distinguish between the two based purely on the flower. But if we go inside the flower, that's where we're going to find out if it's male or female. If you can see that little yellow dot there, that is the male sex organ, and that is called a stamen. So the stamen is made up of a filament, which is the bottom part, and the anther, which is the top part. And in the anther, that's where the pollen is produced. I'm going to go in a bit closer, hopefully get you a better shot. So you can actually see the pollen grains on top of the anther there. So ideally what happens is that pollinators fly into the male flowers looking for sustenance. They become covered in the pollen, then fly to a female flower. They deposit the pollen onto the female sex organ, which I'm going to show you in a second. The flower becomes fertilized and then the fruit grows. That doesn't always happen, and so with squash plants we can actually fertilize the female flower ourselves. As I said, I'll show you another time. These are some of the closed male flowers. So they're not opened yet. Ugh, aphid. God. Bane of my life. So that was the male flower there. Another way to determine between male and female flowers is the stem. So we can see here that the male flowers have very long, thin stems, and they go all the way to the base. There's no fruit on this stem. If we look at the female stem, you'll see that the fruit is attached to the base. So let's go there now. This is a female flower. As you can see, the petals are spent. But let's go inside and look at the sex organs. That sounds really creepy and pervy, I'm sorry. But it's necessary if we want nice yummy zucchinis. So that there is the top of the female sex organ. What we're looking at here is the stigma. These little soft spongy bean looking type things is where the pollen lands, and if the pollen lands successfully on this here, the stigma, then the flower becomes fertilized. So that was the inside of the female flower. Now if we go further down to the base, we see what looks like the beginning of the zucchini. I'll show you how big it is. So that's my finger there, so it's still quite small. If the female flower isn't fertilized properly, then this beginning fruit will turn brown and fall off. So that's why fertilization is really important. If I compare it here, this is the male stem, so remember it's nice and long and thin, goes right down to the base. This is the female part with the fruit. So you can see that there's a vast difference between the two. Easy to distinguish. This little thing, sweet little thing here, is the beginning of another female flower. So that is the flower there, still in bud. Beginning of the fruit is much smaller. So as I said, this flower will need to be fertilized properly for this little thing to grow into a beast that I can eat. And that's basically it. That's how you tell the difference between a male and female flower on a squash. In this one particular, a zucchini. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye bye. So that's why fertilization is really important. Ah, lovely. Nice car sound.